Entitled Kid Killed My Pet and Somehow I'm the Bad Guy. My dad loves spiders, so I grew up with lots of them and know how to care for them. When I moved out a couple months ago, he gave me the Goliath bird eater he'd had for a couple years, named Bronte. Goliath bird eaters are one of the largest spiders in the world, largest by mass and second largest by legspan, and they're not beginner pets. They're expensive and can be hard to care for. I really loved Bronte, and I know most people say spiders aren't capable of love, but she recognized me and I like to think she loved me back in her own way. I took excellent care of her and I talked to her. So, a few days ago, my roommate's aunt, Karen, came over with her son, Calvin. Karen seemed perfectly nice at first, asking me what I'm studying, what I want to do, chatting with my roommate about family gossip. Calvin, on the other hand, threw himself on the couch and kept whining that he was bored and wanted to go home. Karen excused his behavior, saying he was just tired after school. I told him he could watch Netflix if he wanted, and he agreed. He stayed in the living room while the rest of us went to the kitchen. About a half hour later, I went to the bathroom and noticed he wasn't in the living room. The only other place he could be was one of our bedrooms, so I checked my roommates first. He wasn't there, but some things were messed up, and we're both very neat, so I knew he must have gone through her stuff. I went into my room and found him looking through my bedside table, but more importantly, Bronte was crushed on the floor. I immediately started screaming at him, slightly incoherently, went over and grabbed him by the shoulders, demanding to know what happened to my spider. He started yelling for his mum and trying to get away from me. Quick interruption. I know I shouldn't have grabbed him, but I was completely panicked and not thinking straight. Karen and my roommate ran in and she yelled at me to let go of her child. Roommates noticed Bronte and gently pulled me away, and we all went to the living room, me still sobbing. Once I was able to talk again, I demanded to know what he did to Bronte. And Calvin very boldly said it was creepy as hell, and it got mad when I picked it up, so I killed it. It's just a bug. I started screaming at him again, calling him a monster and a horrible brat, and Karen starts yelling over me not to talk to him like that, and it was all just chaos until my roommate yelled shut up louder than both of us. She told us to calm down, and Karen says, quieter, that I'm bullying her son and overreacting. I said, still yelling, that Bronte was my pet and I adored her, and that he killed her for no reason. She was in her terrarium, not bothering him until he took her out, without knowing how to handle her, and terrified her. I also started rambling about how she could have lived up to 25 years, but my roommate cut me off at that point. Karen kept insisting that she was just a spider and that Calvin did nothing wrong. At that point, I told them to get out or I'd start throwing things. They left, and apparently Karen's been texting my roommate to say she should move out of the crazy house. We gave Bronte a little funeral in the woods. I'm still really broken up about this. If you are new to the channel and you enjoy my content, please hit that like button as it helps the YouTube algorithm.